Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was born on July 6, 1975, in the South Jamaica section of Queens, New York, a notoriously rough neighborhood. His mother, Sabrina, had him at just 15 years old and survived by dealing drugs. When Curtis was 8, Sabrina died in a mysterious fire, leaving him to be raised by his grandmother. Growing up in Southside Queens, Jackson quickly learned to fend for himself. By age 12, he was secretly dealing narcotics, hiding his activities from his grandparents, and even bringing guns and drug money to school. He had tried boxing as an outlet, but the lure of fast cash on the streets proved stronger. Multiple run-ins with the law followed. At 19, Jackson was caught selling cocaine to an undercover cop, and a police raid on his home turned up heroin, crack, and a pistol. He was sentenced to up to 9 years in prison, but served only 6 months in a boot camp where he earned his GED diploma. After that wake-up call, he adopted the nickname 50 Cent, a metaphor for change inspired by a 1980s Brooklyn robber of the same name. With a new moniker and mindset, he set his sights on music as his escape from the street life. In 1996, Jackson met Jam Master Jay of Run DMC, who took the aspiring rapper under his wing and taught him how to craft songs and hooks. By 1999, 50 Cent had recorded an album, Power of the Dollar, for Columbia Records, featuring the buzzworthy single How to Rob, in which he comically fantasized about robbing celebrity rappers. The song earned him underground notoriety and a few enemies. But just as his music career was gaining momentum, a brutal act of violence nearly ended it for good. On May 24, 2000, 50 Cent was ambushed outside his grandmother's house in Queens. A gunman walked up and fired 9 shots at close range. Bullets struck Jackson in the hand, legs, hip, chest, and even his left cheek. Miraculously, he survived. He spent 13 days in the hospital and couldn't walk for 6 weeks after the attack. 1 bullet had passed through his jaw, leaving his tongue permanently swollen, an injury that slurred his speech and would later add a distinctive drawl to his rap delivery. Coming so close to death changed Jackson's outlook on life. After I got shot 9 times at close range and didn't die, I started to think that I must have a purpose in life. Give me an inch in this direction or that one, and I'm gone, he reflected. Determined to fulfill that purpose, 50 Cent returned to making music as soon as he recovered. However, the music industry was wary of the street drama surrounding him. Rumors swirled that his song Ghetto Quran had provoked a notorious drug lord. Blacklisted by many New York studios, 50 took to recording mixtapes on his own. He flooded the streets with new music, building a huge underground buzz without any major label support. That grassroots grind paid off in a big way. In 2002, Eminem heard one of 50 Cent's mixtapes and was blown away. Eminem promptly signed the Southside Queens rapper to his Shady Records label, with Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment jointly releasing his music. After years of struggle and survival, 50 Cent finally had his shot at the mainstream. Backed by Eminem and Dr. Dre, 50 Cent exploded onto the hip-hop scene in 2003. His debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin, dropped in February of that year and was nothing short of a cultural phenomenon. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, and was propelled by the smash single In Da Club, which became an anthem of the 2000s. The album eventually sold over 8 million copies in the US and millions more worldwide, turning 50 Cent into music's hottest new superstar practically overnight. A key part of 50's appeal was his credibility. He wasn't just rapping about a harsh life, He had lived it. He often performed wearing a bulletproof vest, symbolically showing that he was, in a sense, bulletproof. In an era when many rappers exaggerated their gangsta tales, 50's real story of surviving violence gave him an aura of authenticity that fans gravitated to. He quickly capitalized on his fame. Later, in 2003, he launched G-Unit Records and signed his longtime friends Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo, as well as Southern rapper Young Buck, to form the G-Unit Crew. The group's debut album, Beg for Mercy, went platinum, further expanding 50's empire. In 2005, 50 Cent proved his staying power with a successful second album, The Massacre, which also opened at #1 and spawned hits like Candy Shop. He became omnipresent in pop culture, from hit records to magazine covers to video games, and his name was synonymous with commercial success. Ever the instigator, he also didn't shy away from rap beefs. 50's long-running feud with Ja Rule and the Murder Inc. crew became hip-hop legend, and he also sparred with other rivals like The Game and Rick Ross in highly publicized battles. Love him or hate him, 50 Cent was impossible to ignore, and he embraced the role of hip-hop's brash new king. Even at his musical peak, 50 Cent was plotting moves far beyond the recording studio. Following the example of mentors like Dr. Dre and Jay-Z, he expanded his brand into diverse business ventures early on. His most famous deal was an investment in VitaminWater. 50 created a new flavor called Formula 50 and received a minority stake in Glasso, the drink's parent company. When Coca-Cola bought Glasso in 2007, 50 Cent's share reportedly netted him around $100 million. It was one of the most lucrative deals in hip-hop history, and it proved that 50's hustler instincts extended to the boardroom. He didn't stop there. Jackson launched the G-Unit clothing line and inked a sneaker deal with Reebok to sell G-Unit shoes. He even started a G-Unit books publishing imprint and ventured into sports by forming a boxing promotion company with champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. Later, he got into consumer electronics with his own SMS audio headphones brand. By the end of the 2000s, 50 Cent had built a diverse business empire that made him one of the wealthiest figures in rap. Even as his subsequent albums Curtis, 2007, and Before I Self-Destruct, 2009, saw more modest sales, it hardly mattered. By then, 50's evolution from street hustler to mogul was complete. His real-life story of being a reformed criminal who survived poverty and violence gave him a unique stature in the culture. He had become the embodiment of the rags-to-riches American dream in hip-hop. Not content with conquering music and business, 50 Cent turned to Hollywood to continue his rise. In 2005, he made his acting debut in the semi-autobiographical film Get Rich or Die Tryin. Over the next few years, he appeared in more than a dozen films, acting alongside Hollywood heavyweights such as Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. While none of his movies matched the impact of his music, 50 gained valuable experience and kept his name in the spotlight beyond the realm of rap. His biggest move came on the small screen. In 2014, Jackson co-created and executive produced the crime drama series Power on the Starz network, even playing a major character, the menacing Kanan Stark, on the show. Power became a huge hit, running for 6 seasons and spawning multiple spin-off series that 50 Cent also produced. Through Power, 50 reinvented himself as a successful TV producer and media mogul, proving that his storytelling talents extended far beyond music. Amid these successes, 50 Cent also had his share of setbacks, but he never let them derail him for long. In 2015, a court ordered him to pay $7 million in a lawsuit, which pushed him to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The media had a field day, wondering if the once mighty rapper had lost his fortune. But in typical 50 Cent fashion, he flipped the script. By 2016, He had paid off around $23 million in debt and emerged from bankruptcy months ahead of schedule. It was a remarkable turnaround that underscored his relentless drive. Freed of his financial troubles, Jackson continued launching new ventures and landed fresh TV production deals, ensuring that his winning streak continued into the late 2000s. From the streets of Southside Queens to the top of the entertainment world, 50 Cent's journey is one of modern pop culture's most extraordinary rags-to-riches tales. He has sold over 30 million albums worldwide and won numerous awards, including a Grammy Award and multiple Billboard Music Awards, cementing his status as a hip-hop heavyweight. Billboard even ranked him among the greatest rappers of all time in 2023, reflecting the impact he made on the genre. Despite all his success, 50 Cent hasn't forgotten where he came from. He's been involved in philanthropic efforts, such as his G-Unity Foundation, to give back to disadvantaged communities, and he often mentors young artists trying to make it out of rough circumstances. "I come from the bottom, and I have risen up, and I have changed, but I have never forgotten," Jackson said, emphasizing that he still carries the lessons of his past. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's life story is proof that with grit, hustle, and fearless ambition, you can defy the odds and transform your life. He went from surviving on the streets to thriving in boardrooms and studios, embodying the mantra, "Get rich or die tryin'." His epic rise from rags to riches, overcoming every obstacle along the way, continues to inspire millions around the world. 50 Cent is, without question, a living legend in his own time.